Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
How's everybody doing? Welcome to It's Life.
Welcome.
Yeah, hit like and share. Hit like and hit share, like and share, like and share. Again, welcome to It's Life, where we live, inspire, have fun, and empower. Yes, you know it, friend.
Of course, friend. Why wouldn't I?
Come on. So I'm excited today. One, because the topic is just really something that I really enjoy, because I enjoy our friendship. We're going to talk about relationships today.
Mhm.
I have with me as my co-host my best friend over here. We've been, yes,
Sixth grade.
sixth
grade. Smedley Middle School. Woo woo. No longer exists, but
yeah,
thank God for it.
Smedley Middle School. That's been a long time.
A
long time.
And the interesting thing, in thinking about this, I was thinking about how the fact that we were only in class a short period of time. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
It was a very short period of time.
Right.
So it doesn't matter how long of a time a person, or how much time it takes for a person to impact your life, because we were only connected for a very short.
Because we started out, in middle school, they have different sections, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we started out, was it 6'3"?
6'3".
6'3". We were in 6'3". And then my friend,
I'll tell the story.
She was smarter. She was a little smarter. I give her that. Then she moved to 6'2".
Yes.
Like we were in class together, had shared lunch together, and then all of a sudden she was at a different table. And I was really bummed out about that.
So was I.
I was.
But the good thing about it is we still remain connected. And we were never actually in class. Were we ever actually in class again?
We had some classes together,
but it wasn't much. But we still remain connected. So like I said, it's not about.
That's amazing. Yes, that's great.
It really is.
Yeah. And we've shared a lot. Mm-hmm. We've been through a lot. And I guess that's a part of the relationship too. Like over a course of time, things change. And I think there's some pictures. Do you have some pictures of us, Kenny? I didn't go all the way back. You better be glad something was wrong with my phone. But we just experienced a lot. Look at us. We cute. We cute. But the amazing thing though too is, even though sometimes there were periods where we didn't see each other, or life just happened, but the moment that we linked back up, it was like we never left. And
never left. We always picked right up. And that's what's so special about our relationship, and what I cherish the most. The fact that we can always pick up, no matter how, no matter when, at any moment in time.
Yeah, I think so. Do you remember? I'm gonna go back to. Do you remember? And I remember this, the first time we met, and it was like we're besties. Do you remember that time?
I'm gonna go for no. You got me on that one, and that's really challenging for me because I have a memory like an elephant. So let me see what you're going to say.
Okay. So do you remember we were in geography class?
Okay.
And life was happening. And remember, you were like, you remember that? It was an inside joke, guys.
It was a very inside joke.
Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Do you remember that now?
Yes, I do.
That's what sealed it. I'm like, she's just as off the wall and crazy as myself. So that sealed it. And then when we had gym with Miss A, remember Miss A?
Shout out to Androsco. Yes.
Shout out to Miss A.
And you know who we definitely have to shout out? Who do we have to shout out?
Miss Crosby?
No. Colder.
Oh, Mr. Colder. Look, listen and learn. Listen and learn.
That's when you can paddle students.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's when they paddle students. But what I was gonna say was, that's the beginning of our relationship, how it started and how it was evolving. But then fast forward to now I will say one thing about my friend. We're going to keep it moving. She's not very affectionate.
No. I was going to share that story. I didn't start. The reason why I started hugging people is because of Nikki, because Nikki is totally affectionate. So she is my balance. And it's because of her I hug people. And it's because of Nikki I hug people. And it got to the point where I would start hugging people and I would see them embrace their stuff and hold back. And I say, oh, I wasn't supposed to hug that person. So you really helped me with that.
It was like a 101 class. No, you grab the person and you hug. Just stay there for a minute. Just for a minute.
And it's funny because we was at homecoming recently and I hugged somebody first and then you hugged them. And then they was like, she don't know how to hug. That's the way you hug. I said, yeah, she's been hugging people for years. She know how to do it.
Oh my gosh. But we've just encountered a lot. We've grown a lot. Yes. And then, fast forward class of 92.
Reunion October 21st.
It's coming.
$160. There's a payment plan. Come on. We want to see you there.
Plug. We're on the committee, guys.
Yes.
So we're trying to.
We need to see you in the place.
And also, if you're on here live with us, grab your friend and join the conversation. We can't. Sometimes we don't even celebrate our relationships, the ones that lasted the test of time. Like there are some relationships that they're okay, but when you have a relationship that that you can say, I have a friend or I have a best friend, and they know all about you and still with you, still rocking with you, no matter
with
what.
All those secrets.
Whatever
and I
it is.
I thank my friends all the time for being my friend.
And also, I'm going to say too, just I'm jumping all over the place, but when we graduated high school, you went to Cheney, right? And I went to community college. I did. Ain't nothing wrong with community college.
Wrong with community college. Save that money.
That's right. Save that money. Got that. Didn't know what I wanted to do. I was going.
That was the
right. It was Hampton and all those other places, but I was like, I really didn't. That's neither here nor there. But someone said to me, and I never said this to you, but someone said to me, "You're gonna go there, and you're gonna develop some other relationships, and that's gonna be the end of our friendship."
And was that
somebody
true?
said that?
Yes.
They said that, and I was like, "Well, no, I was never really a possessive person, So I was like, whatever happens, it happens. But I don't think that our relationship was just that. It was something else with that relationship. And then when you got to college, you met Bean and Tamika. And they became your people, right? Your people. But here's the thing about our friendship. I would come and visit Trina, and Trina introduced me to them, and they were great people.
That's right.
And I'm like, and I looked at it as the reasons why I became friends with you. I would feel selfish not to let somebody else experience that.
Now that is so amazing, because that is the same thing that I was thinking. Because why would I not want to share this wonderful person with anyone else?
Yeah.
So that would be so selfish of me. And that person was partly true. I did develop other relationships, but it only made our relationship so much stronger because it made us come back together at all the absolute moments that I needed you. You were there. And it made our relationship so much stronger. And I appreciate it so much more. But I also know that you developed some other relationships.
Absolutely.
And I thank God for those relationships, because they were able to stand in the gap when I was not.
Right.
So that's why I appreciate those relationships.
And that's good. I'm glad that you said that, stood in the gap, because that is very true. Because I know that, I wasn't there with you on college all the time. I would come and visit, but they were there for you and they looked out for you and took care of you. So I appreciate it. Shout out to my girls. They're my girls too.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's
They're my girls
That's
too.
right. That's right.
So, yep. And the other relationships that I formed because of the kids, we became friends and family because of that. So, and that's the thing about relationships. They evolve and they change. And that's one reason, I guess that was my one question. How did our relationship stand the test of time? And that was because of that.
It was absolutely because of that. Because we were able to continually come back. And because of those other relationships, it helped me honor and respect that relationship.
Yeah.
And those relationships that I developed in college, those are my other. I tell people every day I have 3 best friends. I have my childhood best friend that I started out, Nikki, and then I have Lakeisha, and I have Tamika. Those are my 3 best friends. And I've developed even relationships outside of that. Of course, from work, I've developed other relationships that I picked up, that people that you work with, then you said, oh, this person isn't going anywhere. You think because you left a job.
Right.
But those aren't strictly. But my 3 best friends are Nicole, Lakeisha, and Tamika. And they have best friends. They have childhood friends, because I didn't meet them until we were in college. And they brought me into that circle. Right. And we've been able to evolve as friends.
And I think the thing too, I'm appreciative of them as well, because they weren't threatened by what we had.
Exactly.
Sometimes, us women, we can be
a little catty.
We can be a little shady and petty.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Just like that person was that said I wasn't going to be your friend anymore.
Absolutely. I ain't even going to tell you it was, because you know it was. And I'm not going to tell you it was, because you know. But it was like, and then tried to put some things in me like, oh shoot, well, she's not gonna be my friend anymore. That was petty.
That was real.
Oh, that was shady. Now that I think about it.
Very.
Oh my, you shady. I hope you've evolved and you've changed.
Yes, and you've grown.
Mess.
You can have more than one friendship.
You can.
Yes.
You can. And I was thinking back too, I really remember. I don't remember one disagreement that we had. Do you remember that?
I don't even remember. We had a disagreement before.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And I was so upset. And then we're going, after this, we're going to call. So Trina, some of her relationships.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say now.
I didn't care for
Haven't been the best.
They haven't been the best. Right?
Human. Yes, they haven't.
High school. We've been, and wait, before I go there, how about we're doing the same thing in our careers?
Exactly. The exact same
That's
thing.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. The exact same thing.
Trina's a therapist. She's working in the school district now, but she's been a therapist for a long time. And that's just amazing to me too.
Thank you.
Come on. Anyway, back to this thing. So this one relationship she had, how you love a person, you want something so much more and better for that person, and they just can't, they ain't getting it at all. And you don't want to be the one to keep harping on it or whatever. So I'm like, I'm just going to ride it out with my friend. I'm going to, whatever she called, I'm just going to get up and go. And whatever it is. Did I not get up and go?
Yes, you did.
I did get up and go. And I didn't say nothing, right?
Nope, you did not. You stuck by my side.
Okay. And I'm going to stick by. Yes, that's what I did. I'm going to stick by.
You really did.
But there was one time when we were talking about like infidelity or something. And I was saying, I would never do that to you. And you said, I don't know, you could. And I was like, what? What do you mean I could? I would never do anything like that. It was like, well, you were like, I don't know. You could. I don't know. We're both Geminis, and our birthdays are a few days apart. 3 days apart. Mine's is the 23rd, hers is the 26th. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, we got into this huge debate, and I was like, where are you at? She's like, well, I'm over at so-and-so. I'm like, hold on. I'll be right there. I got in my car. And you don't remember this?
No.
Trina.
I really don't. That
was our disagreement.
I really don't. And that goes
or maybe it was like it was
maybe it was my maybe it was your disagreement.
Hurt my feelings.
Yes.
I was like, I would never do that to you.
Yes, I don't remember that. Maybe that was your disagreement.
I got in my car, my little Pinto. Candy apple red, my Pinto.
I remember the Pinto. They got us around town. Good. I remember the Pinto.
My Pinto. I got in my Pinto and I went over there and I'm like, listen, what are you talking about? That could never happen. You don't remember that.
I really don't.
That was our one and only disagreement.
I don't remember it. I wish I could tell you, but I don't.
That was like 11th grade.
Yeah, I can't recall us never having a big disagreement. I really can't.
That was huge for me.
I'm sorry, friend. I
Oh
apologize.
my gosh. I was like, how
If
should
I never
my
apologize,
loyalty?
let me apologize now today because you remember that. So that means it really meant something to you.
Yes.
I apologize.
This somewhat, how many years later?
At least 29.
Right. It was 29 years ago. But that just goes to show our relationship and how special it is. Like we really,
and how forgiving you are, because if I don't remember, I must didn't apologize. And you consider you stuck around. You're very forgiving. Thank you for that, friend.
You're welcome. So are you. I do appreciate you. I do appreciate our friendship and how it's. I love where it's going. Like we say, we rocking until the wheels fall off,
and that's the truth.
And that's exactly where it is,
the truth.
You know, and I'm looking forward to that time. So we've been through passing of the family members and
weddings,
right, and
just
showing,
graduation,
just showing up. You've always shown up, not only just when it counts, but you show up.
You do
so
as well.
Yeah, so I appreciate you. If you have your best friend, would you just give him a hug?
Just give him a hug.
Thank you for just being
there.
Thank
you for being a friend. You know it.
Thank
Travel
you for being
around the world and back again.
Come on, golden girl.
My heart is true.
You're a pal and a confidant. Thank you for being a friend. All right. That's our trip down memory lane. So we have some other best friends with us today, and they're going to talk about their relationship, how it got started. This feels so good, you know, just honoring,
fuzzy.
Just honoring friendships and relationships, and that it is possible to have long-lasting relationships. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know, fair weather or seasonal or anything like that. It can, you know, stand the test of time. Yeah. And it's good. It's good for you.
Awesome.
Yeah. You know, you can hold somebody that can hold you accountable. Like if she can check me, if you know, like, no, Nikki, that wasn't good, or no, let's just revisit that. You know, our filter.
And it's all out of love.
Because that's the thing about relationships. I want you, if you care about me, I want you to be able to check me. Because if you don't check me, then
do you really love me?
Right.
You really care?
Right.
Just gonna
and that's like, and especially if I offend you, if I've done something that's not right, how am I gonna fix it if we don't talk about it? If I don't make it right. So yeah. That's a part of growing and evolving.
Yes, it is.
Right?
A big part.
Yeah. So you wanna welcome our other guests that's coming in?
Sure. We can welcome one of our more seasoned relationships.
Yeah.
Friendships. Like
they're a little bit more. They're a little bit more seasoned.
Just a little bit more seasoned.
just a tad bit seasoned.
We have Karen and Dion, and we want to welcome on to share.
Are you guys here?
Yes. Come on in. Yes.
There they are. Hey, girls.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
All right, and we're seasoned because we're older. You can go ahead and say it.
No, we didn't say that. We're seasoned because you're more wise.
I'm just saying.
You're more wise. You're about to bring some more wisdom.
Right. And can I say, hey, Pammy, that's my sister chiming in. Hey, so what I will say is that I've known these girls practically all of my life. Like I can't. There's not a day that I don't remember
them being in your life
or Dion. Right. So I am so happy to see you guys, and happy that you guys came on. And that's a part of what I love about It's Life. We're able to bring people on that you may not be able to see and talk about different things, and just come together and have conversations. So that's what I love about it. Do you guys love that too?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Love to talk, love to converse and connect.
Yeah.
And let's talk.
So tell me a little bit, although I do know, but tell me a little bit about your relationship, when it started, how it got started, and how long.
So we met in kindergarten.
Wow.
At the Christian Academy.
Okay.
Oh.
And we came up together through TCA, and we were friends through TCA, but we became closer as time went on, probably after really closer around in the college years, because I left the school and went to a different school in the 11th grade. So we kind of separated a little bit. But then after graduation, we came back together. She went to a different college than I did, but we started like really connecting and hanging out. I would go down to visit her at school or go down and pick her up and bring her home. And we just really started really spending more time together. And your aunt lived across the street from me, so you would be over there.
Right.
Hey, Aunt Ruth.
Hey, Aunt Ruth. Hey, Denise, stop playing that piano. Remember?
Right. Come outside and play. But we were in the same classes coming up a lot of the time throughout elementary and middle school.
She wouldn't let me cheat off her paper.
Yeah.
Honest Ann over here.
I wasn't trying to get in trouble.
You made you stronger, made you smarter. She was
No, because
she said no.
your last name started with D, and my last name started with H. So how was she going to cheat off my paper across the room? Now that ain't mean she ain't tried. But
I think there were some pictures that we guys have of you
Let's
guys.
see.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That was in
Was
Jamaica.
that Jamaica? Come on. Come
look
on.
at that.
Her 50th birthday party.
My surprise party.
The
Yes.
surprise that she got on everybody's nerves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She was
rough.
fighting us because she thought she wasn't getting no party.
Yeah.
Bro.
She was rough. So do you got? Hey, Chanel. That's one of my dear friends right there too. See, Evolving.
yes,
You guys know
yeah.
Chanel.
Mhm.
Hey, Pammy.
Hey, Pam.
So, do you guys remember, like, what was one of the was there a struggle in your relationship that you guys had? Was there any types of disagreements that you had, or anything that it took some time for you guys to work through?
I won't say it took time to work through, but there are times that we disagree. And when we do, we talk about it, get it done, get it over, get it straight, and we move on.
I think recently, after we both are mature in age and stature, we I know I can only speak for myself. I am more open.
You can speak for me too.
I'm more open with telling Karen, like that kind of hurt my feelings, and let's talk about it and get over it. Because if she hurts my feelings, I'm down for a couple of days. So I'm just like, get myself together and pull it together, and let's move on. So because we got kids to raise, and we got to show them that this is what y'all supposed to do moving forward. To give a good example to our kids. So
yeah.
So how do you think that's impact your kids too? Just your relationship.
Well, our kids are actually very close.
Yeah. All of them.
The boys, all three are very, very close. My daughter and her daughter are close. They call themselves sisters. Our kids are all kind of the same age.
Yeah.
KJ and Nikki are months apart, and they grew up side by side and together, and they're really good friends. And then the twins in Dallas are the same age, and then Martina is at the tip top. She's kind of in the same age group with KJ and with Nikki. So they've just always been there. I'm on Hollywood, she on Sugarfoot. They just always, they know they come to my house and vice versa, and they grew up in each other's houses too. So
hey, Annette,
I
that's
think
my other Sugarfoot over there.
Example for them.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
I was just thinking, like, what advice would you give, like, new friends, like people that are just coming together and deciding to become friends, and they're not exactly sure if this is the course they want to take, or if maybe they've been friends for a while and then maybe their life has changed and then other people have come into their life. What advice would you give? How would you balance that? And how can they still sustain their friendship?
You want to take it or you want me to take it?
I'll take it. Be honest, and communication is always
that's what I was going to say.
key. You have to communicate, because that's another thing I'm trying to teach my younger two, that communication is, effective communication. There's a
Yeah,
difference between
Oh, yeah.
saying stuff and not really, saying
Right.
what needs to be said. So
Yeah.
effective communication is important. And as long as they, can do that and have a, open and honest relationship and able to talk about anything and be kind to one another,
Yeah.
that's, and loving, because as you get older, you're not just kind, but you're loving to,
Yeah.
each other as true, mature friends. So
Yeah. I
'cause it's
think
difficult
too.
to be friends with women. It's difficult. We have to
It's
admit that.
different. And yeah, and that's what I was getting ready to say too. That with women, sometimes the jealousy thing and the threat, having because my relationship with you, it's a threat if you have somebody else coming in, like, well, what purpose are they serving? What do you mean that's your best friend? What do you mean that's your good friend? I'm your good friend over here,
Right.
and not being genuine with their responses to that. You know what I mean? It's like not being able or understanding that we can have multiple relationships and they serve
That's the
different
key.
purposes.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
And that's where communication comes into
Right.
to play as well. So I have a lot of people that I associate with. Some I'm closer to than others.
yeah,
And there are some over the years that I may have been somewhat close to, but then they fade out for one reason or another. So I always feel like people are there for a reason, a season, and then some people are there for a lifetime. So you have to, you have to nourish, nurture, and cherish your best friend. And
right. Yeah,
but then you also have to play some of that out with those other friendships. So I think there is a balance, like you said. And I read something not too long ago that said it's important to have different friend groups.
yeah,
You might have a friend that you go shopping with. You might have a friend that you vacation with. You might have a friend that you hang out with.
yeah,
Or other things. Somebody might like to brunch. Somebody might just like to come over and talk, or somebody might just want to talk on the phone. So all of those things play an important part. And then if you're lucky, you have a friend who fulfills all of those roles. And like you guys, I think it's important to, like, all my friends know who she is,
right.
and likewise. But we don't have to be on every
Portion.
every bus. There's
Right.
conversation. Like, if you want to go, you want to do, you go, you do. If not, you don't. But at the end of the day, we're here and we're here for each other.
So one other question before we bring on the younger ones here. But what about the moments when you have your best friend and you have someone that you're trying to like intertwine that relationship and it ain't mixing at all? What do you then do? Do you try to force the relationship? What do you do?
No,
Did we have that issue?
I would, no,
We didn't have
but
that.
I would never force the issue
Yeah.
because, like Karen said, different friends can be for different, not purposes. I don't want to say that like a person is a purpose, but for different reasons in your life. So I would never try to force that relationship. I would try to bring it together, but then if it didn't work, that would be fine because you would still be my best friend and I would still have you over here as this friend, whether it be a friend from work or a friend socially or something like that. But I would never force a relationship because that's going to blow up in your face. I don't see nothing good coming out of that.
And we had a situation just recently. I'm not going to say any names because in case they're listening, I don't want to.
We don't say names here on.
Yeah, we don't say names.
No.
So I had a situation recently where I would love to take Karen everywhere I go because we give that energy. We have a good time, so we give that energy. So, but I was meeting up with some people who I didn't want her to be around them, to be honest, because I didn't think it would be a good mix. And the way I got nervous about it because I was explaining to her, how things really were and what, it was a situation. So, and we talked about it and we got over it. And it was just like ironic that we brought this up because it was just a different scenario. And like I said, everybody that knows me knows Karen.
Right.
Pretty much everybody that I know how to act sometimes. I can go around everybody. But it's just like one of those things where it's not because when I was younger, I didn't want to share her, but now I know
Right.
that, you know, she has different hats that she wears and different, you know, things that she has to do. And, you know, I allot her the time, and, you know, she allots me my time with people. And if we come together, we come together and have a good time either way. So,
Yeah, that's
So
why that balance is important.
yeah. So has there been any, and then we'll go to the next, to the younger one. You know, there are some relationships that you have that are, I don't want to say toxic, but they are relationships that are draining, and they are much,
Yeah.
right? So how do you um recognize that, and what do you do to um what do you do about that? Like, what do you do about those relationships? Because we have other people that we form, we come in contact with, and for whatever reason, they're attached somehow, you
Right.
know. And then how do you set boundaries for different things? Like, what do you do? Because there's some relationships, they're there, and sometimes we're unable to sever ties with them. So how do you manage those types of relationships?
I think for me, and I I take to people faster than she does, because she be side eyeing people all the time. She be sizing them up, side eyeing them, and I'm just, you know, friendly, happy go lucky, whatever. And she actually, we've talked about that, and she's worked on that and gotten better over the years.
trying.
I'm still a work in progress. I'm a work in progress.
But I know there have been times when she wasn't feeling somebody, and she had to let me figure that out. And there will come a time, I'm a helpful person. I'm always willing to help people.
Right.
So it comes to a point where it's like, all right, enough is enough, and you got to step back. Once you start feeling like you're compromising your mental,
yeah,
and yourself, then you kind of have to take a step back and reevaluate who you are and how you are for that person or those people. So, I mean, there are friendships, like I said, that have come and gone. There's a reason and season.
Yeah.
And you recognize that. And I've come to that point a number of times. It's like, okay, that was for a reason, or that was for a season. And you keep it pushing.
Yeah. Can't force them back either. When they're when those season ones come, and that's the thing that I
becomes toxic.
Well, that's what I do have to learn to do that, because you know, I'm like, well, maybe, but I have to learn to really do that. So before we guys let you go, what exactly do you do separate from each other? Like, Karen, what do you do as a what's your profession?
I work in HR. I am an HR director for a law firm that's over the East Coast, up and down the East Coast. And then I also, my husband and I, we have a farmers insurance agency, and we sell homeowners insurance, auto insurance, renters insurance. And the thing that I'm most passionate about is the life insurance.
Yes.
So
yes, guys, get your house in order.
Very important.
So many tragedies that have happened. People are so unprepared for things. Be prepared for life when life happens. Important. Be prepared. And I have my insurance through them as well. Give them a call. Get your
quote.
Get your life in order. Get a quote, guys. A quote is nothing. Just go on and get a quote.
But I like to educate, especially life insurance. People have questions. They don't know what to ask. They don't understand how it works, what the different type is. Even if you don't even get it from me, I just want
just get it. You know, you want to set your family up. We've been to so many funerals, have to go to one tomorrow. Many, and it's like a collection plate, a GoFundMe. No, get your stuff in order. Get your house in order. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk to you. We'll wrap up at the end.
Oh, you didn't ask Deanna what she
did. Dion, hey girl, I know you.
I got you there.
I was like, thank you. Coming back to it.
I know you're doing something, Dion. What you doing, girl?
I have been, for the past 25 years, a medical biller and coder. I now have my own medical and billing company.
Yes.
So right now it's on a little hiatus, but
It's
I
all
will be
right.
back up in running soon. So medical billing, give me a call,
Yeah.
give me a shout out at me. Here I am.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, girls. We'll see you in a little
Thank
bit.
you.
Okay.
Hold on. We'll see you in a little bit. That was so good.
It really was.
I really like highlighting our sisters' business. Everybody's doing big things. That's one thing that I really like about It's Life. You'll get to hear from different people that you know and know what they do. Sometimes you don't even know what they do. Nobody knew that I was a therapist for a long time. So this is good. Anywho, we have the girls. These are
the young
all
ladies.
The young ladies. These are my girls. They've been friends since middle school.
Okay,
so they started with us. They started with us. So I want to bring on the girls, Abria, Raya, and Alexis. My girls. There we go. And baby.
Hey. So glad to be here. How y'all doing?
Jeez. Here we go. So I said that there was a Naraya, Abria, and Alexis, and we had the baby over there. So how long have you guys been friends?
Over 10 years. No.
Over 10 years.
Over, yeah. Like 6, 12, 14.
Wow.
Yeah. So how did you go ahead?
No, I was going to ask, because middle school is like kind of a hard time for adolescents.
Yeah.
So how were you able to become friends? And then I know personally from my daughter, it was hard for her to like, if they don't say nothing to me, I'm not going to say nothing to them. So how was it to actually become friends and then stay friends at the middle school, high school level?
I think because we started at the same time, right? So we were both new in St. Peter's at the same time. So we bonded on that. And we were both goofy. So I mean, it was easy. Our personalities made it easy for us to even click in the first place. Yeah. And then with sorry.
That's all right.
It's life. It's life.
That's right. Sure is. That's right.
So with Abria, I think we all went to the South too. After school. After school,
we was together basically
all the time.
All day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they had a small school too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
13 people in class. So
it wasn't hard to friends.
we had no
So,
choice but friends.
Right. So we talked a little bit about, not wanting to share. Now I know one of my children, they're like all my children. So there's one of my children over here. She can't share. One of my child.
One of your children.
One of my child. She has a hard time sharing. She got a hard time sharing. I'm not gonna point out a name.
We're not gonna point out. We're not. That's we don't do that here.
I will. You can say my name. It's okay.
So how did you, my sweet baby Alexis, how did you get past that you were able to share Naraya with Abria and Ashlyn?
Let's just make it clear. I guess I'm not really past it.
Thank you for your transparency. We appreciate that.
Listen,
not finished with me yet.
She just copes with it.
However, just maturing, honestly, having kids and all that good stuff, I just kind of more so let it go. And I also know that me and Naraya have something that's irreplaceable. So I know that what me and Naraya have, her and Abria has something different, and they connect on a different level. So we all give each other something different that the other person might not be able to give, Right. So it's like I don't feel in that type of competition anymore. It's more so time now, like not necessarily the friendship type thing. Just making time for each other and still being friends. And like if she's like, "Oh, I'm hanging out with Abria, so I can't come," then it's just like. Like that type of thing versus Abria's my best friend, like no, I was your best friend first type of thing. It's a different type of sharing now.
But and also Abria, you were friends with Trish too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how was that when Nerea came along?
It really wasn't anything big. I think we just kind of like, oh, we got another one, and we just all kind of clicked. And then it went from me and Trish to me, Trish, and Rhea, and doing everything together, planning birthdays together,
Spending the night over each
spending the
other's
night.
house.
Like we just made it a three thing. Like it was two of us, now it's three musketeers.
Right. So then, you guys fast forward high school. I think there's some pictures that.
Let us see.
Oh no, not the pictures.
Yeah, there's some pictures of you guys. Kenny.
You there?
That's it. That's right. That's right. We don't need them.
All right. We don't got them.
That's
But, but I do.
We're gonna find them. That's
We're
no
gonna find
problem. We'll share them the next time.
So fast forward, right? You guys have experienced a lot. I think it's similar to us because I got married.
First.
You had
I had the
you
baby
had the
first.
baby first. We
But
went
you
to
got
the
it
couch.
first.
I got
A little backwards, but
no.
That's life.
That's life. But I got married, and similar to Alexis got married. Alexis is the first one to get married and have.
Mhm.
Wait,
No, Abria had the baby.
Abria had her son first,
Oh, okay.
and then Alexis got married. So you guys were
Relationship shifts. Because of course your priorities had to shift. So how were you able to maintain your friendship?
I didn't
Your
like
relationships had to shift because of your personal life. That's what I wanted to know. How was that for you? You didn't like
him at first because he was taking up all of her attention and time. No, I did not like it one bit. For me personally, after me getting married, honestly, Nerea is my only friend that I still have because she's the only person that respects my relationship. Like,
oh wow.
even though she doesn't like it, I feel that I can hang out with Nerea and she's not going to be like, oh, my friend, like, or he look at him like, it won't be it won't be that, like, versus some of my friends, had to cut it off, like, okay, you're putting me in weird positions, and so she respects where I am in my life, and when she comes around, it's all family. She loves the kids, so it's like she just,
and he's the bro.
yeah, and even my husband, like her and my husband, they have their own relationship. And I couldn't do that with all my friends. It was either you put me in compromising positions, make me feel weird, or I don't trust you around my man. So,
Yes.
And then there's that.
Yeah, so, I mean, all my other friendships didn't really last, but my friendship with Nerea, like, it was easy. It was an easy transition for me because she supported my happiness. So,
that's key.
Yeah.
Supported your happiness. That's key. I like that.
Yeah, that's really even when we don't understand it sometimes, or if we're not in agreement, just being able to
recognize that you're happy and support it.
Yeah. And talk about a little when difficult times come, because we've experienced, we experienced, because I experienced it too, because they're like my children. One of their friends was in a very bad car accident. So, and now going through that transition of, finding, how do I support her? What does that look like, dealing with that type of void, So tell me a little bit about that, guys.
Okay. I mean, for us, we was there from day one. Yeah. Like, as soon as it happened, we dropped everything.
Yeah, but you guys were friends since what, the 9th grade?
Well, Abria was first. Yeah, well, Abria and Ashlyn were friends first, and Abria brought me in, actually introduced me to Ashlyn.
Yeah.
So that's how that happened. She was like, oh yeah, I got a friend that, y'all will mesh well. And that's it.
From there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they went from high school to college together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Like,
our families.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it became like, if you saw me, you saw Ashlyn, like wherever we were at school, work. But when the accident happened, it was like we didn't even know what we were getting ourselves into. You know what I mean? We didn't know how bad it was. We just know we needed to be there for our friend.
Yeah.
So when we realized how bad it was, we was.
Because remember the first day we went, everything was fine. Just talking, and then the second day is when everything like, whoa, what happened? Yeah. So I think me and Rhea just found time to go up there, like after work and stuff.
Like there every day.
Just to be with her, make sure she can hear that we're around, even if she can't respond. And still to this day, same.
But when COVID hit, that's what shook everything, and I guess we felt it a little more because we couldn't see her as much. We couldn't be there with her, and then with her dad, then we were dealing with her dad and everything when she got sick, and it's just like, okay, but we still have to be there for our friend.
Yeah. So how has that changed, or has that made your relationship stronger now?
Yeah, because before, me and Abria, we would talk, but we just, like, with her having Noelle and us trying to figure out life, we weren't as close as I would say me and Alexis was, because me and Alexis, she was up the street, like she was around the corner from me. Right. But with Bria, it took.
And then y'all went off to college. Yeah, it was like we was living two different lives.
Yeah. But when Ashlyn was in that accident, it actually brought me and Abria closer.
The relationship was never strained anyway. We just kind of went off in different paths, and then it brought us back together.
Yeah. So do you guys have any advice for anyone who's in a kind of a period of the relationship is changing? You guys are young and you're trying to discover adulthood, life, kids, work, balancing all of that. And then, trying then to spend time with each other, trying to spend time with a friend who is not able to be there with you, but you're trying to find time to be with your friend and balancing all of that. So what advice do you have for anyone listening?
I would definitely say always be supportive, because even though we're three strong women now, we have beautiful, strong women in our lives that, push us to be just like, strong like them or even stronger. Just check on your friends still, no matter how strong that they are, they still go through things. I know postpartum depression hit me hard. So Nerea checking on me that's one of the things that just kept me going. And she didn't know that just that simple text, like, hey, just checking in, do you need anything, went a long way. So I would say always check in on your friends, whether it's just a text message because you're so busy, like, hey, or just make time to even get on FaceTime, just make that time for your friend, even if it's only 5 minutes, because you just never know. You have a good laugh and you forget that your life is up in shambles. It's just, it matters. That little bit of time matters.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Go ahead.
we got 1 minute.
I was just gonna piggyback on her. Just be intentional.
Yeah.
Be intentional. That's it.
I would say just be patient, because things happen in everyone's lives and they're trying to maintain, at home, and then friendships. It can be a lot. So I would say be patient. If you're a true friend, it'll always work out.
Yeah, awesome. Then we have, my girls, they're young, but they're on the ball, right?
Yes,
we got a college graduate, we got our own business. Businesses. Alexis is a trainer, and Bria does treats,
cupcakes, and
and we're going to have all that information for you guys. Thank you, ladies, for coming in. Now we're going to bring back the bow. We're going to bring back Karen and Dion, and we're going to wrap up with our last segment. This was good, guys. This was really good.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a last segment called Life Happens, right? This is when I receive letters from people. And if you would like anonymously, though, we'll read your letter online. You can send your letters to mindbodyandsoulllc.de@gmail.com. so we can, give you our sisterly, loving, support for you, give you some good insight. We got years of experience here. So maybe something that we can say could probably help you. And also do not be afraid to seek help. There's therapists in every area. There's therapists in every area code.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
So if you're interested in that as well, you can send me an email. And, maybe you've never experienced it before, but we can go through and give you some information in regards to that. So life happens. I'm gonna read you this letter. Everybody listen in, and you can give your 3 or 5 cents to this. It says, I'm a 23-year-old woman, and I'm having problems with my baby's father. He is currently having a baby. Okay. He is currently having a baby by a person that I know real well. He didn't tell me. I found out by someone else. It's so messy, and I don't know what to do. He just don't talk about it at all. No, he said, let nobody, I think she meant like nobody is looking out for my feelings. I want to stay with him because we have a family, but I just don't want to look like a fool at the same time. Anyone? One time.
Boo boo. Look, boo boo.
Now, now we want to be sensitive because this is, this is one of our sisters. We've all dealt with issues like this before. We've been through it. And, she's just currently in it now. We've got through it. Our situation may not be as deep as that, but the insecurity and the low self-esteem.
So first, I think we want to thank her for having the courage to send the letter to ask her for help. Yeah, that's a big step.
Because she's 23, like my girls over there. Yeah,
so that's the first thing.
Yeah.
Secondly, I would look into the fact of trying to validate the information. We talked a big piece about communication, and communication is definitely big here.
Yeah.
I would hate to think that it does say someone is being messy, but I would hate to think someone is just trying to set something up just to be messy. So I don't know if she has to get her detective skills out, because we can get our detective skills out when we need to. But
you go talk to them. Go straight to the source.
Go to the source.
What you say, Karen?
Go straight to the source and have a conversation.
Right. But I think
if you don't want to talk.
Right. That's true. You know what I mean? And
what I was saying earlier about it's difficult to be, even cordial or friendly to another female, and they were close. And here, it's unfortunate. It's definitely unfortunate, but you definitely have to talk about it and communicate and get everything on the table because there's a lot of feelings there.
There's a lot of feelings. And like I said too, sometimes we can see something. This is what women, I'm a woman, so I can speak on it. There are times when we see something and we think it's better over there and want it. So then we can get messy too. Just like the person said to me, you gonna go away to school and we're not gonna be
trying to bust y'all up.
Huh?
We trying to bust y'all up.
Mess us up. Because sometimes we can just be messy for whatever reason. But I think the main thing is for this 23-year-old is to really assess what she wants and what she needs. Because at this point, she's saying that he's not talking to her. He's not saying nothing about it. He never even mentioned it before. So it's like he's walking around like I did it and so what? That's what it sounds like here. There's some holes in here, but
there are.
That's what we're thinking. So I will first start with her, like, what do you want? If this is something that we all have choices,
right?
If this is something that she wants to still work and be a part of, then I would suggest that you find someone that you can sit down and plan this thing out and really talk about what's important to you, what you need, and what you want, because you're important too.
Right.
A lot of times we really go off of what the other person, how the other person feels, what they want, what they need. But she had a baby here.
Yeah.
Too.
And self-love is definitely a key factor here as well for her to feel self-love for herself, so that way she can be more objective to what's going on around her.
Thank you. And I think one of the girls had
What the girls got to say?
Yes, I want to hear this 20.
because this is your girl here.
Yes.
Talk to your girl.
I just want to say that your happiness is important and that your kids deserve a happy mother. So if this is stressing you out, if it's playing a part on your mental health, your kids deserve a strong, mentally stable, happy mother. So you have to make the decision that is going to create that for you and your kids, even if that's leaving. Of course, leaving isn't always easy in the beginning, but it's all about the long haul. So if it's going to still be an issue 5 years, 5 months from now, then you're going to have to make some tough decisions. That's going to be for the betterment of you and your family.
Anybody else? Come on, somebody.
No, but that was really good what
That
you
was
said.
good. That was
Because
very
your
good.
mental wellness is most important. And I'm so glad that you were able to identify that at your age. Because I'm going to be honest, at 23, I don't think I was there. Most of the things that I'm sharing with you is based on experience and living and things of that nature. So I'm so glad to see that you're there and you recognize that your mental wellness is what's most important over things. In order for you to be a good mom, for any of us to be a good mom or a good person or anybody, your mental wellness is important. So I'm so glad you recognize that.
It's huge.
It really is.
Because if I'm not well, I mean, what am I?
I'm not good to no one.
I'm not good to anybody. So I think that would be so what are the 3 things that we would tell her before we get on out of here? The first thing is to what?
Check the source.
Check the source.
Check
Check the source. Check the source.
That might not be first. I wouldn't say that's first. That's one of them.
That's
your
what
mental wellness.
Mental wellness is
That's
number
first.
1.
Yeah.
Number 2,
check the source. Check the source.
Self-love.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Self-love.
Self-love.
Okay.
And check the source again.
Check the source again.
That's right.
Ladies, that was
Yes.
such a good show. How do you guys feel? Would you enjoy yourselves tonight?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
So
Thank you
how's
for
your
having us
best
on.
friend? And
Thank you.
thank you for being a
Thank
friend.
And I would only do this
You
for
guys
her.
gotta hug
We
each
need
other.
to see the 3 hug. Come on. This is how you do it.
We know how you do it. That one should be your child. That's
in the
my
middle
child.
I know.
My child doesn't
She
like.
probably was over hugged.
Right.
So she
And the poor baby so much.
Oh, Trina. Freya, did mommy hug you too much? Did I hug you too much?
Yes.
It all goes back to the childhood.
They even said it. Like, I don't be this is for the camera because this is not her.
I really have
That
to
is so
back
funny.
her.
That is so
hilarious,
funny.
isn't it?
It really is.
It all goes back to the childhood.
I smothered you with extra
With
loving.
affection.
Wow.
All those
This has been so good.
Yes,
If you're really out there and you have your best friend, I hope you gave your best friend a hug and really value the people that are in your life. Love on them because tomorrow is just not promised. So I wanted to do this, and in 2 weeks we'll be
back.
Yeah, we'll be back again, and we're going to talk about relationships too, maybe boundaries or whatever.
Boundaries.
We'll get it. But I'm just so happy that we had this time to share. I shared my best friend with you all. Share a little bit about our relationship, but I am just so happy that you guys tuned in today and took a moment out of your time just to be with your girl today on It's Life. So hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks where we will live, we will inspire, we will have fun, and we will empower. All right. Thank you for joining. See you guys next time.
All right.
All right. That was good, friend. Yeah.